Good morning everyone. Now let us discuss about Bayes strain theory. Of cycloalkanes. Bayes strain theory of cycloalkanes. What does this actually deals with? Cycloalkanes are nothing but alkanes which are in an, it's not in a planar shape, they are in a ring structure. What does this cycloalkanes actually do? What does this Bayes strain theory tells you about? Actually, for example, if you take CH2, 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 this is propane, isn't it? This is a planar structure, okay? But when I come to this, when I consider it in the case of a cyclic compound, how do this cyclopropane will be? It is in this shape, C, C, C. This is also a cyclopropane. Okay. Now, actually here it is carbons here actually they are in a planar shape. Here they are in a actually in a angular structure or nothing but a cyclic structure. This is a cyclopropane. If the number of carbon chains increases, the cyclo and the number of particular carbons, you can write the name it as follows. But now, what does this Bayes strain theory say? The Bayes strain theory says that here actually the carbon is an sp3 hybridized carbon atom. Carbon atom is sp3 hybridized. sp3 hybridized means definitely it should have an tetrahedral structure. If tetrahedral structure means the angle should be 109 degrees 28 minutes. Damn surely it should be 109 degrees 28 minutes. In planar actually it is exhibiting in this way. But when it is coming to the case of this cycloalkane or a cyclopropane, what it is happening, what was happening there? What was happening there is actually planar structure means the carbons are linked to one another. Here also the carbons are linked to one another but not in a planar way. That means the angle is being somewhat deviated. That means internally the molecule is having some strain. Due to the strain, what happens? The stability of the molecule is being increased. If the deviation from this particular angle is increasing, that indicate it is becoming more unstable. That means suppose cyclopropane is there, it is being deviated around an angle of 90 degrees, I think 60 degrees, around an angle of 60 degrees. If you take cyclobutane 90 degrees, cyclopropane, cyclopentane, what happens? It increases about 109 degrees. And say if we come to the case cyclohexane, 120 degrees. So it is deviating more and more. That means this particular deviation in this, isn't it? Actually it should be 109 degrees now. But it is showing some 60 degrees. That indicates that the molecule is having some strain inside it. This strain inside the molecule is called as angular strain. This is called as angular strain. That angular strain can be given by a formula called as D is equal to half into alpha minus 109 degrees 28 minutes minus alpha, where alpha is called the deviation. Alpha is called the, sorry, it's not deviation, it is nothing but the internal strain in the molecule. This internal strain in the molecule is making the molecule to change its shape. Now let us see which one is having, which is more stable and which is less stable. Suppose if you take cyclopropane, okay, this is cyclopropane, okay, the alpha, that means it's angular strain. This is angular strain. The angular strain in this molecule is about 60 degrees. Okay. Now let us calculate the deviation D. Half into 109 degrees 28 minutes minus 60 degrees is equal to, okay, if you can sort it out, you will be getting around 109 degrees means around 24 degrees. It's a rough calculation. Okay. Now coming to the case of next one, cyclobutane. It is having an around a strain of angular strain of you can see, since it is all the sides are equal, you can see just it looks like a triangle, equilateral triangle, it looks like an square. Now let us calculate the deviation. 109 degrees 28 minutes minus 90 degrees, this gives you 12 degrees. It gives you 12 degrees of deviation. And next, coming to the case of cyclobutane, pro-but, next one is pentane. Okay, this is cyclopentane. This one is cyclopentane. Now the angle here is around 108 degrees. It's around 108 degrees. Now 109 degrees 28 minutes minus 108 degrees. It around gives you about some 108 is nothing but 1 degree, around 1 degree. Okay. Next one is cyclohexane. Okay, this is cyclohexane. Okay, this has a strain of 120 degrees. That means half into 109 degrees 28 minutes minus 120 degrees gives you an answer. 120 means it's nearly, here 10 goes away, it's around some minus 10 degrees. Okay, if you take some cycloheptane, then what happens? It gets more strain, 128 degrees. Cycloheptane will be around 128 degrees and will be getting minus values. See here, the angular strain is increasing, the deviation is being reduced. This indicates that as the angular strain is increasing, this indicates that this molecule is the cycloalkane, which is having more angular strain, is having less stability. It's unstable. It's unstable because the value has been completely reduced, isn't it? The deviation has been completely reduced. So what actually Bayes strain theory says that it explained only up to 5 membered rings. This obeys, isn't it? It obeys. So among all this, which one is more stable? Cyclopropane is more stable, but actually cyclohexane with this angle is more stable. Bayer failed to explain the concept of more than 5 membered ring, more than 6 membered rings. He could not even explain about 6 membered ring too. He explained only about up to 5 membered ring. So Bayer failed to do so. He could not explain the deviation. He just told why it is happening, but what could be the reason he could not tell us. Okay, so this was actually a failure, but many of the scientists came forward to tell about remaining 6 membered ring too. So among all these, which one is more stable? Cyclopropane is more stable. This one is less stable. So we can come to a conclusion that as strain increases, stability decreases. Stability decreases. I am talking about strain. If deviation increases, stability decreases. Okay, right. Thank you.